we're just solar boys, right? But like, not everyone can do what we do, and we're gonna have the opportunity to show literally everyone and anyone what we actually do on a day to day.
Yeah, like how hard it is sometimes to mentally when you get told to go F off.
Yeah.
You know, and just like be positive.
Leave the door with a smile on your face.
Walk away. Well, he was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Well, mine. But I think I said this the other day to you guys, but like,
you mark your pins, you go, what a cock. Take all your anger out.
In the comments.
Yeah.
Don't go to this stupid guy.
Or you'd be like, go back, and then you send this one over there.
You're a dick.
He will too. I'll walk up there like,
dude, juicy callback, house number 50.
Yeah, she's not available now, but she'll be good in 15 minutes. Let me just get out of here. You got that.
I got an appointment to run to, dude. That one's all you. You're a dick. You do that? Have you actually done that?
I haven't.
Okay.
We get thoughts about it.
That's messed up.
There was one moment where we had thoughts about it. We won't get into that one.
it's actually surreal. It's surreal how we listed like a job for an editor, 2 days ago? And we have, combined probably 80 meetings this week, I'd say, like on average. We'll combine like 10 a day, 20 between me and Alec split in half. Yeah, so you're probably talking 60, 70 meetings. And we got that in 24 hours? I don't know. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I think what was more insane was the fact that you guys were doing all of this stuff on your guys' phone before. Like that just doesn't even make sense to me, truly. If you think about editing the long form video, creating all the reels and everything like that, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And then obviously as we've gotten farther into it and having 3 cameras now, it's like, then the last one you guys edited with like you edited 3 videos to clip into one, to realistically take 10 hours out of your week to edit one long form video, and then you probably need another 10 hours to come up with 15 reels. It's just not even realistic. It becomes a full-time job. And then it's like, at that point, what the heck are you going to talk about on the podcast? Because you're like, most of your week is spent just editing anyways. So yeah, I think the whole concept of buying back our time is just like my favorite thing ever. Mm-hmm. And just seeing you guys do it and talking with the Filipino people is hilarious.
We're getting good content out of it, that's for sure.
Alec goes, so tell me about yourself. How'd you grow up?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be nice to them. I'm trying to start a conversation with them.
He's like, I grew up not very well. Oh, it was bad. I love it though.
But I mean, I think that it's kind of a business hack, right? It's something that we never thought. Well, I didn't even know about it until we started talking to you about it.
You're like, $4 an hour?
Like, that's ridiculous. Come on, $4 an hour. Like, we thought that we couldn't afford an editor. And then, and the fact is, these people have 3, 4, 5, 6 years of experience editing. It's not like they're underqualified. You know what I mean? It's just...
Yeah, they're showing us transitions we would never be able to do.
Exactly. It's insane. And I think a lot of people in business could use virtual VAs over there. For anything. I mean, it's not great for
virtual VAs though. I'm not saying
VAs.
Virtual assistants.
Virtual assistants.
Oh, that's right.
I doubled down. But I think
it's like me in the elevator the other day.
Yeah, what did you say?
You're gonna be a physician's assistant?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I said you're gonna be a PA.
And then you're like, my aunt was an assistant PA. Just assistant. Physician assistant.
Yeah. And then we're just like, face palm, walk out of the elevator. Oh, that's too good. I love it though. I do. I don't know. I think we'll start to use it. I think I'll have a virtual assistant like my whole life. I think we'll start to use it for other areas of our life. I think this is just the freaking beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
Truthfully.
And it's like when you have that many applicants to choose from, it's not like you're limited with your options. Like we're being so picky and just trying to find somebody that we genuinely like, as well as have them be good at their job, right? Because we're gonna be dealing with these people.
We haven't seen their content yet, so
Yeah,
that will tell the whole story.
for sure.
You guys want to go through the process of how we're hiring a virtual assistant? Because I think that would probably interest
Yeah, I
people.
mean, we are making a video of it.
Oh,
So we're making full content. We want to expand. We don't want to just do the podcast. We want to be much more than just a podcast. So I think showing you the behind the scenes of how we're actually doing it. I know we have interviews that we recorded that will be posted, and then we'll take a clip of you showing you how Sam set up everything on Go High Level. Tons of value there. It'll just save you a bunch of time. But yeah, if you want to walk through it on this, more than happy to.
I like that. I actually really like that idea. I didn't know you had planned on going that far. I know you guys were videoing your interviews. I didn't know you were gonna go through a full. That's gonna be huge value.
Yeah, we really didn't have much thought into it, and then we were sitting by the pool. I'm like, let's just create an intro for this. So we created an intro, and I'm like, all right, now we need Sam to explain how he set everything up for us to do this. And it's all gonna come together. It's gonna be sick.
I'm like, how are we gonna start this? And it's like behind the product. I'm like,
That's a great That's a great title. That's the new series, Behind the Product.
Behind the product.
I
I couldn't get myself to say it.
Pause.
I couldn't get myself to say it. I was like, welcome back to Be the Product.
Yeah.
Like,
We need a series name though. Like it's got to get everyone going.
Yeah, behind the product though, it's like
Honey.
sounds a little sus. I don't know. Sounds a little sus.
Fair enough.
But I'd say as
yeah.
far as that goes, I'll save the
Yeah.
most of it for that. I'd say the only thing is really just the fact of like the actual figuring out of what the heck it was that we needed to know to even ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, dude, like when we started doing this, it's like we're like, what's 1080p? Like we didn't even know what the heck the camera was on, you know?
We're doing 4K or HD today.
Yeah, and then you're figuring out questions though, like of like what to set all of our cameras up on, so they're all like the same shutter speed. They're all the same, like, you know, what else was it? Shutter speed and no, I'm drawing a blank.
Shout out Matt McAlery.
Yeah, shout out Matt McAlery. Anyways, just setting all the cameras up so that they're, you know, on the same settings.
Right.
You know, being able to then figure out from there, like, with these virtual assistants, like, what software are we gonna freaking get for them? Like, how the heck are we gonna even get them to edit it? Like, all the stuff that we were breaking down last night of creating proxies, it's like, dude, I didn't know a thing about any of this.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds so easy until you think about sending 100 gigabytes. What are you
300.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Email it to them?
Yeah.
You can't do it. Like,
Vito's podcast, it was 300 gigabytes. Like my computer just couldn't store it. So now we're getting external hard drives.
Yeah, you only have a 200.
We gotta make it a proxy so we can condense. It's just ridiculous. I was really frustrated with everything. It's
like,
frustrating to learn this
upload,
shit.
it's like 10 hours remaining.
Yeah.
Like on one of the 5
I'm like,
clips.
dude, we got 6 more clips. This is gonna take 3 days.
Well, yeah.
last night, Alec was not having it.
What was last night?
Last night, we're sitting in there and we're trying to figure this out. And all of us were like frustrated as fuck.
Yeah, I don't mean to take it out on you guys.
I was
but
like, you fucking do it.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, I do think that is a huge, like, life lesson, though, and I think a lot of younger people do not understand. And something that I had to realize, like, when I first started a clothing company when I was in college, you think that having a podcast and all this stuff is, like, your view from the outside is like, wow, it's so flashy. It seems like your job is so easy and everything. But then you come to realize that you're doing research on what proxies are, figuring out proxies, spending a lot of your time like trying to upload things, handle stupid techie tasks, and then that becomes the job. And it's like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. So thankfully, unloading the stuff from our plate, I think, is gonna bring us
Yeah.
back to the part that we like
Yeah,
to do.
we're definitely getting the right systems in place where we can do this every week and not have to sweat much about it besides actually doing the podcast.
Yeah. And the best part about it is how it's gonna mesh when we get back to real work, right? Because when we're back to the doors, when we're back to selling, we're not gonna have time to do all this. We'll have time to do the content, but not edit
Like
for 10 hours a week.
2 hours
Like,
a week, easy. We can do that, you know.
Yeah.
But in 25 hours a week, no shot.
No shot.
And by then, I feel like we'll definitely have
Yeah.
hopefully someone we trust, and they'll be a little bit more trained up, right? That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And someone even handle the actual videoing and then doing all the things that we're doing now, even with the uploading and
Right.
sending it to the virtual assistant. At that point, it's like sit down and start talking.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of this summer and everything, tell them all about the game plan.
The game plan. So right now, we are trying to build an absolute juggernaut. We want some studs. We're looking for athletes. Kobe and I are hitting the DMs. No, it's not a bot. Sorry if we reached out to you and you thought it was a bot. No, it is actually us reaching out to you.
There may have been a couple copy paste DMs.
Oh, 1000%. 1000%.
I had to get away from it.
Yeah.
I had to.
You got something.
People text me back like, "Did you get hacked?" Dude, I'm just asking you if you want a fucking job. Like,
Yeah. But ultimately, the goal is to get more people on board. And that's what we're working on right now. And so that when the summer comes, we have, 20, 30, 40 guys that we're going to be teaching a little bit about sales. Sam's going to be teaching, putting his expertise on everything. Like, we just want everyone to grow. And, we found over the past 2 years, it's probably been the most I've grown in a 2-year span. The amount of value that I've gotten, the amount of hate, and that's just from, people in, who I thought were close to me, as well as like family. It's not hate from family, but it's just like, what are you actually doing? And like, I now have the self-confidence to just go out there and bet on myself. And I think that's like one of the biggest values you can ever get. Learning how to communicate is going to follow you for the rest of your life. And if you have an opportunity for a summer job or maybe a full-time role, this is a great place to start for you.
yeah, definitely. I'm not gonna toot our own horn, but if I could go back in time and I had a group of guys like us in high school and I could have worked under us or even learned from Sam starting 4 years ago,
Right.
like I would have killed to start then. I would have killed. Just because I know our projection, I know our conversations every day. We're always talking about business. We're always talking about the next thing that we can do better, and we all have a fire under our ass. So I mean, just getting in an environment with us and what we're trying to build is just like, it's contagious, right?
Contagious.
That's what's exciting, and I feel like they're gonna feed us too.
Right.
Like this is the first time I've ever really had a team under me besides sports. I mean, sports was kind of a different, not so different, but a little different aspect. But as far as work's concerned, like having people under you and like they're gonna put fire under my ass to do better as well, right?
They're gonna put fire under your ass, and they're also gonna drive you crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hide it. Yeah.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, but you guys drive me crazy. So.
Yeah.
But I'm actually really excited for the content in the summer too. Like just people actually getting to see the interactions on the doors, what's going through our thoughts, when we're walking up to a door. There's tremendous value in that alone. And yeah, we're just solar boys, right? But like not everyone can do what we do. And we're gonna have the opportunity to show literally everyone and anyone what we actually do on a day-to-day.
Yeah, like how hard it is sometimes to
Yeah.
mentally when you get told to go F off,
Yeah.
you know, and just like be positive.
Leave the door with a smile on your face.
Walk away. Well, he was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Well, mine. But I think I said this the other day to you guys, but like,
You mark your pins, you go, what a cock. Take all your anger out, you
yeah,
mark
in
your
the
pins.
comments.
Yeah.
Don't go to this stupid guy.
Or you'll be like, go back, and then you send this one over there.
You're a dick.
He will too. I'll walk up there like,
dude, juicy callback, house number 50.
Yeah, she's not available now, but she'll be good in 15 minutes. Let me just get out of here. You got it.
Yeah, I got an appointment to run to, dude. That one's all you. You're a dick. You do that? Have you actually done that?
I haven't.
Okay.
We had thoughts about it.
That's messed
There
up.
was one moment where we had thoughts about it. We won't get into that one. But
Alec, walk us through a door in the life, like our average day.
our average day.
No, not a door, but like our average day. Like we show up to the office, we meet.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start from the beginning. Usually waking up. If you want to be successful in the door-to-door industry, you're going to the gym early in the morning. The reason being is we start getting to the office around 10. We'll have a meeting for an hour. Usually do a team lunch, and then from 2 to 8 we're on the doors.
Yeah.
And so typically what we were doing in the past is just carpooling. So we'll take one car out there. Hopefully with a bigger team, we're taking 4 or 5 cars to different areas, and you're just knocking. Typically, the goal is to get about 100 doors in a day.
Yeah.
That's a good goal to have. It'll keep you pretty busy. Sam's really good at staying in one neighborhood and looping, which is something that we gotta integrate into what we do more. Because usually when someone's not home, we rarely go back through. But
At least that same day.
yeah. And then obviously we're doing meetings. The rules with meetings is you can only take them if they're like 5 minutes away from your area. So that goes into planning the week before. You got to make sure that area is written out for everyone, and that you're pretty close, so that if you do have to run to a meeting, you can get back on the doors right after.
And Alex shared some of the fun stuff, but we do a lot of competitions too.
Oh,
like
right.
like we're playing sting pong in the office, getting everybody hyped up. We're doing freestyle beats the whole way that we're on our way to the doors. Like it's energy, and I think like that's what wins, right? That's what a winning team is, especially in sales.
And there's also like, you don't want to lose either. Obviously we have sick incentives that we do, but losing sucks. Your name's at the bottom of the board. Sam will probably chuck eggs at you. You know, that's happened a few times.
Oh yeah. There's a couple you escaped from, but
Yes.
I had like a torn hamstring and I'm running through the field. Sam's chasing us with fucking eggs.
I didn't think we were gonna put that in video. But for the record, it may or may not have been me.
Well, it sounds, and correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like the punishments that we have are not really.
Well, here's the thing. You can put incentives in front of people all day, but in reality, most people aren't motivated by that. More people are more motivated by fear of losing something or fear of something worse happening to them in their life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their fear of going backwards,
Mm.
for lack of a better way to say it. And that's what motivates them more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the whole point of what throwdowns are, right? Like you have these incentives every week, but then you have a throwdown and it's like, hey, I bet that I'm going to beat both of you fuckers combined in sales, which was a bold request. Now, knowing Logan was going to work the whole day. So, me versus you two to beat you guys combined and then, be like, all right, loser has to get egged. Yeah. And it's like, no one wants to get egged. So it's like, I'm flying around the neighborhood. Like, I got a whole different pep in my step. I'm like, sipping the Kool-Aid, I had the scooter, I was going. And I ended up pulling a deal out of it, and I ended up, getting a $7,000 commission. And I know for a fact, this thing's getting installed on the 29th. I know for a fact when I go back in, there's 2 neighbors that I already know will definitely sign up. One guy was like, I actually really want to get a battery.
Let's go.
Like, and he's a next door neighbor. I know I'm going to go back and I'm going to be like, all right, check it out, dude. We talked 2 months ago. Like, this is it. she's saving money.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
But without that pep in my step, I would have never gotten that.
Right.
And then obviously it's one of the best memories that we have. Like it's
Yeah.
talking about me chasing you guys down the field, or allegedly chasing you guys down the field with eggs.
I remember it. I took one. I still got a scar on my back.
You do
No, I'm kidding. He's gonna make us start signing NDAs for our punishments.
Yeah, I know. You probably should actually do that. This next year, get some.
Kind of sounds fucked up. Sign an NDA for my punishments.
We'll just show like, hey, this is a commitment between them. No one's saying you don't do this.
We use marshmallows.
Yeah. You ain't kidding.
But imagine content on that. Like that's also just pure comedy. You get a kick out of that.
The amount of people that used to like slide up when I would have people eat goldfish and things like that.
Oh my
Lord. What is your job? Like, so ridiculous.
Eat goldfish. Like a legit
There's
goldfish.
always a couple idiots that will like be like, oh, we should just eat a goldfish. And then literally they go to the store the next morning, they get a mini, eater goldfish,
That's
and the
sick.
loser
That's
has
so
to eat
sick.
it. Yeah, it's gross. But when you're, 20 years old, like, and you've just got that energy, like, think about fraternities and things. It's kind of like a fraternity in a sense,
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, true.
But, I mean, going back to, what you were talking about as far as, like, in the job and the things that we have to go through, I think that that's ultimately what makes people such great salesmen.
Mm.
A lot of people look at, like, these other industries, like insurance or, I don't know, like, maybe even real estate, for example. I know a lot of people who start out in real estate, like, their goal is to try to get maybe one close a month. If not, some beginners get one close every 2 months. Our buddy Hayden's a different story.
Yeah.
He's an animal. But majority of beginning salespeople in real estate, I know this kid I went to college with, he just got his first sale after 5-6 months of doing this. So it's like, what type of repetition is that? How much did you learn from that? For us, it's like, you're getting 100 repetitions in one day. You could do 5 meetings, we've done 8 meetings even, in one day.
Right.
It's like, you can learn so fast, and then you realize that as you continue to sell bigger products and you get to more expensive things, you're actually doing the same exact thing.
Right.
You're just saying a different number at the end.
Yep.
That's it.
Even I remember day one of this job, my first ever day, knocking doors. My first door to my last door was like a different person. Like by the time you get to 100 doors, you're already probably 10 times better than your first door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy how fast it happens. It really is.
If you weren't good looking and had a good smile, you would not have.
I think I had like 7 cents my first day. That was my most I ever got. Was my first day.
Dude, show me your pitch. You're like, all right. You're like super nervous, super smiley. I'm like, I see.
I remember your first day, and there was 5 other new guys that I was training at the same time. So I was like, all right, let's just be efficient with this. I'm bringing them all up to the door. Biggest mistake ever. Like, so intimidating for someone to have one person right at the door and then 5 people surrounding.
We're all just like,
like, oh, he's doing it.
no, it ended up being your old teacher.
Yeah, we knocked on my old teacher.
Yeah.
We're still in contact.
It worked out.
Actually.
You actually look like a badass because like the first door you knocked and you said it.
Mr. Lawson. He was.
We'll bleep that out.
What do you mean? I can't call him out?
Maybe.
He's a good guy. We like him. He was in middle school. He was my TA for Mr. Edgar.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember Edgar.
Yeah. So 6th grade, he recognized his face. That should tell you a whole lot about how
I remember it. Wait, was that social studies or history?
Yeah, social studies.
Yeah, I remember Edgar.
Yeah, Edgar was cool.
What happened to the boy?
What do you mean? He
Edgar.
grew up. Oh, Edgar?
Yeah.
Well, he started coaching lacrosse at Deering. I think
Oh,
he's
he
still
left.
there. He might be the principal now at SMS.
Wow.
I know.
Big things.
Yeah.
For Mr. V.
Yeah.
Gonna have to DM that guy. See what he's doing. As far as kind of other things that we've talked about in the future and the skill set that we're looking at, do you guys want to talk about like vision beyond solar at all?
What do you mean you want to get into like?
You want us to manifest right now?
Yeah.
All right, you can manifest. Or re-ask the question.
Well, not even just manifest, but I guess share also. Like beyond, we've been talking a lot about beyond solar. And like where we're gonna go and what the potential is. You guys want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, I think we should dive into it a bit. So we're looking like 5 years down the road.
I'll drop the hammer.
Yeah, but you drop the hammer.
I'll start us off dropping the hammer. Trump came in and froze all funding for the Inflation Reduction Act. That's the hammer. Okay. We're talking about possibly losing grants, most likely losing government loans, things like that for solar, and then the attempt to freeze the tax credits. The problem is with the tax credits is that's a law. That's like having someone come in and literally being like, oh, there's a no gun law now. You can't just do that. Things have to actually pass through Congress. So the grant funding, things like that, though, we can. That's not a law. That's them dishing out cash. Anyways, as far as the tax credit goes, which is a huge way that we sell, in 2016, he did the same thing where it was like being phased out. What happened was it went from 30% to 26% to 24%, and then it was going to drop to zero or whatever. Well, the year was going to drop to zero. Biden came back in, extended it back to 30%, and extended it all the way through 2030. Anyways, that's a whole other conversation. His goal is to try to get rid of it. So most likely, something similar to that is going to happen, where we'll have maybe 2 years of crazy selling solar.
Right.
Crazy. Where it's like, if you don't get this, you're going to lose out on 30%. So, gold rush mentality, is kind of in our near future. Now, a lot of people might question what's going to happen with Maine Energy Experts moving forward. I want to address that real quick. We are the 100% front runner for succeeding and surviving.
Right.
What is our overhead? We have a virtual assistant for $10 an hour. Then I would still keep her for other things. Right?
Yeah, barn out.
Exactly. Our CR, yeah, we got a barn out in Buck. That thing ain't going nowhere. All right. Family owned. All right. Okay, we have that. We have, I'll keep Charlie with me whenever. And then also our CRM is go high level. I am going to keep that forever. You can have 3 sub accounts. We're already creating another sub account for this.
Yeah.
We'll create another sub account for the next thing. It's not going to go anywhere. It's a matter of keeping our Google page, which costs nothing to keep up. And, we still continue to get people that come in. It's not like you're not going to get sales either. I mean, you look at California, NEM 3 came out where you only get 25%. People are still making sales.
Right.
And the people who survive and the people who are fit to survive are the ones that are still now striving again. Like they're doing very well still.
Yeah.
It's just you got to lose a couple of the C and D players.
Sure.
In that process, which we'll get to. It's like the C and D players for a little bit might feel like A players for the next 2 years, which is great to know being a new person coming into this. Like you're new, you're not an A player right away.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be able to make A player money right away. You better learn though, quick, because after 2 years, so on and so forth. Anyways, we'll get into that. From there, the transition of like, all right, we make a ton of money. What's kind of next? I think they're going to learn a little bit from our Vito podcast.
From the Vito podcast. It's acquiring businesses. That's what it comes down to. That is totally the next step. I'm very blessed to be in the position that I am because I think in order to make that jump into getting into acquiring other businesses, you still need to learn how to sell. You need sales, and that is the number one driver which will allow us to start that. And so, very blessed for that. But I mean, as far as everything that you just unpacked, like, should anyone be worried? No. The only ones that should be worried are the ones that are hesitant on the whole solar idea right now, because you could miss out on it. But like you said, the next 2 years, it's gonna be a gold mine.
It's gonna be an absolute gold rush for sure.
Yeah.
The other thing, kind of like you were talking about, is like you just mentioned the skills that we're learning, right? Like you literally would do the same thing, same concept that we're doing now in our next venture,
Right.
right? Like if we go into what Vito was talking about, and for people who watch the podcast, we're talking about at this point we're talking about a guy who's multi-millionaire looking at retiring in a year and making over $1.2 million monthly off of just the interest from what his
Ridiculous.
money is. It's absolutely ridiculous, but was able to achieve that through private equity and acquiring businesses. I've been doing a ton of research on like what that takes and what the best private equity people have for advice, and they say like the best way to get into private equity is to be able to have some type of recipe that you do every single time that helps the business.
Yeah.
For us, that's sales.
Train sales.
And be able to train sales teams and be able to build sales teams.
Right.
Like I'm so confident we could go and buy whatever business it is around town that's like got a great reputation. They haven't grown in 20 years, right? And be like, all right, we're gonna come in and this business is gonna start going on an upward trajectory. Okay. So you buy it for this dollar and we're gonna end up selling this dollar. And we're doing the same thing that we're doing now to main energy experts, to build main energy experts. And we're just gonna copy and paste that formula into all these other businesses.
You hear that? Buy stock now. We're on the moon.
There's no stock. I hate to break it to you. No stock.
Yeah,
Keeping
by,
it all.
by then we'll have social medias down. We'll have all of like this stuff down too. And this is going to be a big part of our sales team.
It's actually pretty much exactly like what Hermosi's done.
Right.
Exactly.
He did it with Gym Launch, and then he, was able to build up his media team.
Yep.
And then get into private equity. And now his whole thing is about buying new businesses.
Yep.
He buys new, and he does an online school now. Isn't it called school?
Yes.
It looks like Google.
With a K. Yeah, it does. I've heard good things about that. I've never looked into it though. I don't really know exactly what it is.
He's a killer.
I think it's a community. So like different businesses can go in, make their own community, and then other people would join their community. Just like, I don't know, it's like a marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can go in there, join a community, look at their products, look at their media and all that.
I think because they have competitions, right?
Right.
So like, I don't know exactly how they do it, but I'm assuming it's based off of like revenue and net income. Like,
Yeah, something like that.
If this person, all the businesses, like who has a better growth percentage, who
Right.
has most dollars put in their pocket. I don't know exactly how it works, but
Right.
I've seen people post like winner of school games, this person.
Right.
It's a good idea, good concept.
And I feel the other thing is I feel like Maine is behind. Obviously, Maine is behind, but like businesses, like compared to here, everyone here has a social media. They have marketing teams. Like they have everything associated. So if you could go to any company in Maine that doesn't have any of that and just teach them those skills and be like, or buy the place and incorporate that into it, it's gonna be like that, right? Like we're ahead of the game with our marketing just by door knocking. We door knock and we get more advertisement than anyone else. That's insane, right?
Yeah. Now, thankfully, this year, like literally this week, we just got my sister's future, husband was called future fiance. Whatever.
Sounded hesitant there. Do you not like the guy?
No, I love the guy.
Okay.
Thomas is the man. And if you don't like Thomas, it's like you got something wrong with you. He's
All
not
right.
one of those guys. So easily likable. But he's a master at Google Ads, and that just got fired up this week. So continuing to build out the other aspects of business, so we're not relying on 100% door to door. We've talked about all this as well. Obviously, in order to learn the sales skills to be good in the meetings, you do need to earn your stripes a little bit by getting on the doors. And that's similar to anyone in the real estate industry, right? People talk about their very first few months going out, flyering, knocking on doors, meeting people, until you get to the point where it's like, all right, I'm comfortable putting money into purchasing leads.
Right.
And I have the confidence knowing that I'll be able to close them. You may not want to put money into buying leads if you're not 100% confident you're going to close them.
Right.
So probably learn that part first is definitely what we're going to stick to.
Right.
Yeah, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought a little bit there.
Talking about Thomas. Just building other.
No, sorry. We were talking about the companies or people in Maine. Dude, I went on. You can go to Biz Buy Sell. You can look at businesses that people are selling. I'm already steps ahead, right?
Sam hasn't slept since Vito's podcast.
I have not slept. All right, so anyways, on Biz Buy Sell, you can see businesses for sale, and I've been doing the math. Some of them have their financial statements, so I'm seeing oh, this is a good deal or this isn't a good deal. But it is pretty funny. Some of the ones that you see, it's tool shop in Madawaska or wherever, in Bangor. Tool shop in Bangor. Been in business 30 years. We make our own tools. Loyal customer base. It's so funny. And then you go to Florida and it's completely different. It's med spa. Big tits have been operating for however many years. It's it really is so different in Maine and the businesses that are selling up there, but I think it's better for us.
Yeah, but Maine always follows. I think that is the biggest benefit that we have, is how much we are able to travel and go learn, and then we still have a home base in Maine. So we're just ahead of the ball every time we go back. And you could even go out west and copy a fucking food chain or a franchise that we don't have yet. Imagine Chipotle didn't start in Maine. If you just came back and did a fast food,
You bring In-N-Out?
Yeah, you bring In-N-Out, you know what I mean? We're the last people to figure shit out because we are way the hell up there. I think Alaska's probably the only one that's behind us, right?
Some things I don't think we'll ever catch in Maine that are done down here. But I don't know if that's actually entirely true because I'm kind of eating my words a little bit. I was going to get into maybe how down here, you see all the BBLs crazy, dude. It's fake butts galore down here.
I hope it catches it.
Yeah, it's just a rock, right? It's all right, I don't see that coming to Maine anytime soon.
That's true. That's true.
But I don't know. It is getting super popular where girls are doing the lip filler stuff now. I feel like that wasn't a thing 10 years ago as much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was also 18 at that time.
Botox is big.
Yeah,
and they have to do that shit over and over and over.
Yeah. That's crazy business to own.
Yeah. It's stupid expensive.
Yeah. I went to, we just got from my acne, got a little facial at shout out Desi. Hooked it up. Yeah, Lucia's friend Desi, she works at Maine Plastic Surgery or whatever. I just went for some basic stuff, but I walk in, there's tools. I'm what the heck is that? It's there's some crazy stuff for sure. And it's, I feel like that wasn't in Maine. I know it's a new office before, but you're right. Eventually it does come.
It does.
There. Here, there's 100 of them.
Right. I remember when Bang Energy came out, I tried it for the first time in Nashville. And it didn't come to Maine for another year after.
Serious?
I swear to God. And then now it's in Maine and everywhere else it's hard to find bangs.
It's phasing out.
It's crazy. But now Maine everywhere has bangs.
What's happening to Bang? Is it tanking?
No, I think it got bought by Coca-Cola. I think it did. It went out of business or something and then Coca-Cola bought it. So for a while there's a long period, 6 months where they weren't making any.
Dude, here and when I lived in Arizona, they used to have definitely can't call it a Bang bus because that's definitely not it. It was a energy drink Bang, SU, it looked like Andy Elliott's it was a tricked out Jeep truck military looking thing, and they had that and they would drive that up to the gym that I would go to. And they would just hand out free bangs all the time.
Yeah.
You don't see that marketing anymore.
No.
Wait. I think you can call it a bang bus.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
It's literally what it is.
I just wouldn't.
That's the same thing like Under Armour. Under Armour was giving out free samples. Not
Body Armour.
Body Armour was giving out free samples at my baseball tournament when I was like 14. And now look at Body Armour. Like they were this little tent. Like
4 years ago, I was at the LA Fitness right over here in Fort Lauderdale, and they were giving out Celsius.
yep.
Wow.
Celsius hadn't even really popped off yet.
Mm-hmm.
We were all like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
That was when we were drinking bangs.
In a way, that's their door to door.
100% that's their
Yeah.
door to door. That is door to door.
Yeah.
You're literally going into a gym and just.
Right.
Except we can't yell at them.
And actually, what happened is the guy closed me on buying a case.
There we
know
go.
why. He gave me one on the way in.
About a
I
whole
drank
pallet.
it while I worked out, and on my way out, he's like, "Hey, dude, how'd you like it?" And I'm like, "I actually really did like it."
Yeah.
And he sold me on the kiwi guava. I was hooked.
You know what I would buy is I don't know if it's Andy Elliott's brand or whatever, those fucking energy drinks that we were drinking the whole time we were in Scottsdale. That were free at the event.
Recons?
Those were fucking good.
Were they
Redcon.
Those were phenomenal.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
I have
like
I have the
Redcon with
pre-workout.
like a 1 in it.
Yeah, Redcon one. I have
A
I have the
Redcon.
pre-workout.
Those are good. I
Those
drank a
were
couple
good.
of those, and every time Andy looked at me, my heart was gonna fucking jump out of my chest.
Yeah, I know. There was like cocaine.
At one
in
point,
it.
he was like, he said Kobe. I don't remember what the context was, but he like called me out,
You blacked out.
and I was just like, my heart I was like, don't fucking look at me. I'm off 2 energy drinks. I'm cracked out right now.
See with Quench when we had a Lifetime.
Yep.
The cardboard.
Yep.
Those waters. Those are pretty good. I like them.
They're I like the protein drinks the best.
Yeah.
They were like lactose free.
Yeah.
So like my stomach didn't get upset.
Those
Like
were good
nothing. They slap. And it's 40 grams of protein out in one thing.
Hack.
Who's a hack?
We should have like ordered some for here. Do we know what the protein shakes were?
I have it in my fitness app. I'll have to look it up. Get a special order.
All right, goals manifest. What do you see 3 years from now?
I want your 1 year and your 3 year.
So I'd say just over this off season, my main goal was to understand more about delegation, which I've been doing. The reason I wanted to do that was because of my 2025 goal. I want to make $1 million in 2025.
Let's go.
Like added to my bank account.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Got
Yeah.
next there.
That's a fucking limiting belief.
You're
Yeah.
in the box.
No, I wanna make $1 million in my bank account in 2025. And I wanna we'll see. I don't have a 2026 goal yet, as far as how much I'll increase that. But in 3 years, I want to be fully at the point where I'm completely hands off, and my main job is buying more businesses, acquiring more businesses. Because I think we're at the point where I see how close we are with like the media side of things.
Yeah.
Like being able to have a team that's going to like execute on that, like I'd be so comfortable. I want to be at least so comfortable by the end of 2025 where I buy a business and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna film some social media ads.
Yeah.
And I can go in, film the social media ads, do what I gotta do, and then hand that over. End product comes, and like continue to rinse and repeat that, right? Confidence in as far as like, all right, coming in building a sales team, like I want to make sure you guys also are like built to the point. Like you think about Andy Elliott and his team, those other twins, like dude, they can grab the mic.
Yeah.
They were fucking
They're fired.
for sure.
They got it. They can bring the fire. You know, like I hope, and it's something that is a little bit out of my control because you guys gotta want it too, but I hope your sales and speaking skills are developed to the point where it's like, I'm so confident, like, all right, Alec is gonna go speak here
Yeah.
today, and like he's gonna bring the absolute fire.
Yeah.
To that level.
Yeah, I would agree.
What do you guys got?
Hit us with it.
I love that. I would say that that's actually one of my goals is be better at public speaking, for sure.
By the end of 2025.
By the end of 2025, which I'm going to be doing a lot.
So much this summer.
Which is going to be great. I'm excited for it, for sure. I want to make. Do I give out a high number or?
You definitely can't have a limiting belief.
Yeah. I want at least 250 this year.
Oh, that's way too low.
250.
That's way too
It's
low.
a good goal though.
No. I think you could make that without this whole tax credit situation going into effect.
I agree.
Alright, we'll shoot for 3.
Dude.
I'm gonna kick his ass.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm going for 500. 500,000 in the bank account.
You can't do that with 7 kilowatt deals, dude.
Maybe not. They add up. How about you learn to close? How about you learn to close on the first meeting? How about that?
I'm a 2-touch approach kind of guy.
That's alright.
4, 5, 6 touches later.
I get a check. I get a check.
No, but I think 500 is a great goal for me. A little over 100 this year, which are 3x from the year previous. So we're going for the 5x. 500 is in sight. 2026, I want my first house. I want my first property. I want a place where I can just call home, not in my parents' house.
You're not gonna do that, by the way. I'm just telling you now.
What?
You're not gonna.
Not gonna what?
It's a dumb place to put your money.
Yeah, your dreams and goals suck.
It's a dumb place to put your money.
Well, I was thinking a Corvette or a Lamborghini or a McLaren.
I think it's a little better than those,
stupid.
right?
I think it
Maybe
is
a little bit better than those. I think it's better than those.
What's a better place to put my money?
A business.
A business. A business. A business.
Start buying businesses.
Yeah, but if you buy a business for that amount,
Or buy a rental property. Like buy a rental property
Yeah.
first. Like if, and I don't know. Maybe that is what you were.
It was
getting
more
at.
like a duplex, living in one half. rent out the
Yes.
other, like FHA, the route. I think that would be great. Another goal, and this is more for the media side. I want us to have our first paid sponsorship. Like I want to be able to.
You love it,
Dude,
He
I
said
just-
it every single podcast.
Every episode. I don't care who it is, what. Obviously, I want their values
You
to line
want
up with
bang.
ours.
I know.
But,
Why do you want a paid sponsorship?
I wanna promote something. I wanna sell something. I wanna
You
give.
do.
Exactly. I wanna sell more. I wanna sell more of it. Anything. What if Qtron said, "Hey guys, you guys are killing it. We want you guys to sponsor," and we just have solar panels in the background. That would be so sick.
Qtron.
We all have different goals.
We sell so fab, kid.
Yeah, I know.
We sell everything. We sell anything.
Yeah, that might be an issue. We just bought 835 Conceal-Fab
Yeah.
They're sitting in our warehouse.
Hey,
Okay, so
All right.
Bad timing.
yeah.
But 2027. So that's 3 years from now. 25, 26, 27.
2028.
Oh yeah, 2028. That's when the supercars come in. I'm sorry, I'm materialistic. I'm gonna say that. I want the supercar.
Is there anything particular that you see yourself doing, or anything to earn the supercar?
Besides sales,
Yeah.
I think it'd be coming from investments, whether that is acquiring a business or putting my money in a business. And that's just compound interest. Just let it go, let it rise.
Yeah, you can just throw money in stocks.
Right? You can do it there. But Bitcoin, it's probably already too late. Probably gonna take off pretty soon. But
I mean, it's definitely up,
definitely up for sure.
big time. Remember when I said screw it? Just threw some money into Bitcoin. I was like, I got a feeling it's coming.
Paid off.
It was literally 2 weeks later, or a week later.
Yeah.
After that, it's awesome.
What did you catch it at? What was your return?
Just
percentage.
I caught it at 66. I'm up 46% or something like that.
That's ridiculous.
It's good, yeah. After like a couple weeks, yeah, it's insane, obviously.
I know
But
your
you just
full
never know,
portfolio.
like when it's gonna come back down. I know a lot of people are like long-term holders, which I do get. I've got to get over the mental like thought of when it goes down. That I'm not good at.
Especially Bitcoin, because it goes way the fuck down, and then it goes way the fuck up.
I'm good at buying low, like seeing like when people are really scared and like buying low. Like I bought Tesla when it was at 179. Now it's at 417. But I do secure gains sometimes too soon. Like I'll sell and it's like
But you
I'm
got
up like 40%, but like whatever that one would have been
Yeah.
like over 100% gain.
Yeah, but you want to take your win sometimes.
Yeah, take your win. Like 46, you're not getting that in it every single year by all means.
What I said, because 2022 was like the worst year for stocks. What I said to so many people that, or my either it's friends from college or my parents or just anyone in my inner circle, I said Amazon was at like 99, hit like 99, okay, and the high was at like 200 something. This is after all the splits and everything like that, obviously. I was like, there is no way that within the next 3 years, Amazon does not double and hit 200 again. Just no way that you don't get 100% return in 3 years, which is crazy. That's a really good return. And I said the same thing about Tesla. And even actually, I may have said about Meta. I didn't think it was going to do what it actually did. Meta is like from the low. It's like, but it was like the reality of like, where's Amazon going? It's not going out of business. It's a powerhouse still. You see them like owning NFL, Thursday Night Football, and all this stuff now. It's like, all right, dude, like they're like, you have to have Prime to watch Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, that's insane.
They
Spread it across like they put it on Netflix for Christmas.
Yep.
Then Peacock is like Monday night or something.
Netflix is monopoly.
Yeah, but they have it across so many platforms now. You need like 7 subscriptions to watch an NFL season.
The big players are owning the game.
Yeah.
My question is, who's gonna get their hands on MMA? I don't think anyone can.
I think Netflix will. You saw what happened with Netflix with the Jake Paul fight and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, I think Netflix is the front runner for sure to have MMA, yeah.
I'd be interested. I know Dean is
UFC?
never about that. Yeah,
UFC, yeah.
What the fuck? Why was it MMA in here? I'm like,
MMA
It's martial
is...
arts.
I know. I got what you were saying, but I'm like,
I know.
It's
I
like
don't know
mixed
why
with
we- yeah, I don't know why we...
It's like saying football when you meet the NFL.
I'm like Maine Maritime. What the fuck?
Yeah, me and Tom Captain. Yeah, all over that. No, I do think that is probably in the near future. But the one thing I will say about that is, were people watching the Jake Paul fight because it was like a one-off? Like, if you knew that the fights were easily accessible like that, do you think it would make them less hyped? Every single week. Like, oh, every single week they're on Netflix. It's just like...
Well, I don't think you can compare like Jake Paul just because he does 3 months of hype up. Like he has 3 months of just like he doesn't fight every week. He fights once every freaking 6 months. But then he just picks somebody who's freaking famous as shit, and then he just hypes the shit out of the video or out of the fight, right? And then you watch it and everybody's disappointed, but he doesn't care because he just made $200 million. Like that was the Mike Tyson fight was the worst thing I've ever watched in my whole life. But he just walked away with hundreds of millions of dollars.
Everyone watched.
Yeah, everybody watched it.
it.
All of them were the worst.
And that was all promoting.
Yeah.
He's like trying to sit there act like Mike Tyson still was it. There's no way.
If Netflix got the UFC, how many more subscribers do you think that they would get? Any?
Oh yeah. Well, I feel like everybody already has it now.
That's what I think.
And those fuckers turned off like the family share. You can only have like a certain
People
amount.
got 2 and 3 Netflix accounts now.
Yeah, it's stupid. I pay for my own Netflix account now because if you have it on more than like 3 TVs or whatever, like I was on my parents and now I got kicked off of it. Shit.
Yeah, that's ass. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think that would happen.
And like 99% of stuff on Netflix, everybody's already seen anyway. You guys release like one new movie a month, and then everything else is just reruns of old movies.
Let's not shit on Netflix.
Fuck
I
you.
like
Fuck you.
everyone loves Netflix.
No, I like Prime better.
Regardless, I shouldn't have taken that pre-workout. I'm tingly.
I was gonna say, you alright over there?
I went to GNC and I was like, this is what I was using previous. It's good, but I want more stem. Like, and he goes, okay, this is the next level up. This is the highest. I want that one.
The highest?
Yep.
You went with the highest?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I haven't taken pre-workout in a while.
It's like, do you guys remember Jacked?
Yes. Bucked, jacked, or bucked. It's the same brand, right?
I remember my buddies would take it before football games and like
Jacked.
they were just like they would end and they'd be like throwing up everywhere. Like, you had the best game ever though. I was like, oh, dude.
I'm like sitting there and
Find
between
another way.
sets and like I get so itchy. Like,
Yeah, what did they get banned?
no.
They had to have gotten banned.
I don't remember Jacked.
What happened to them?
Jacked? It's the same brand as
It
Bucked
was a
Up.
big football players thing.
I thought, but I don't know. They definitely have some crazy.
I wasn't taking pre-workout in middle school.
Yeah, sure. You guys are. Was that you were talking about middle school you're in, or you were talking about high school you're taking?
High school.
Yeah, that's what it was for us. High school towards the end.
Regardless, I think that was a good podcast. That was great.